Hello, beautiful ones. How are you doing on the 1st of November? Happy new month. Have we got an energy update here? I want to be brief because there is so much going on this week and it's action-packed, and it's one of those that you just want to fasten your seatbelt and enjoy the ride rather than feel like you're being blown about by tsunami waves and just gasping for air. And the way that you're going to do that is to own your inner darkness. This is the theme of this month. We have literally just had a beautiful ancestral clearing event, healing event, where we worked through the bloodlines last night on All Hallows Eve or Samhain. And if you do want to catch that replay, it is incredibly powerful. I highly recommend that you purchase it and do what you can do for your family, both your ancestors and your descendants. Those who took part last night, we can all feel there's this huge shift in our energy where there's stuff just coming up and out to be cleared. And I have a new nickname for myself called Ratty Rosie. Because what I've had to own is just like feeling really like frustrated and annoyed and like having to own inner anger, because I wasn't allowed to be angry as a child. What weren't you allowed to be when you were a child? What were you told was acceptable and what isn't acceptable? And I would like you to bring that to the yoga tonight, because all this month we're going to be working with this theme, dancing with our inner darkness. And it is going to be a phenomenal shift when you approach from a multidimensional perspective, like physical, emotional, psychological perspectives and spiritual, what's actually going on, both in yourself, in relation to the world around you. You start to have huge epiphanies and shifts. And this whole journey is one about self-acceptance. So to set the scene, a lovely little infogram that came my way says, it is a common misconception that the shadow is home to the worst parts of ourselves, the bits we should suppress and push away. But this is false. The shadow is actually home to the rejected parts of ourselves. And for this reason, the shadow is full of untapped potential and creativity. So, which bits of you do you reject? Passive-aggressive you, sarcastic you, belittling you, just claiming aspects of my shadow here, conditional you, domineering you, persistent you, shut down you, unreceptive you, uncompromising you, suspicious you, critical you, depressed you, anxious you, resentful you. There are so many different elements of our being that require our own presence and unconditional love. If you are learning to reparent yourself, if you are wanting to stabilize in 5D frequency, then this requires owning all aspects of your being that are suppressed and repressed, because all they do otherwise is create density that you cannot actually evolve beyond. What we resist persists. Sorry to sound like a cliche, but we project what we don't accept. And this is all there. It's in all of the RozyGlow work I do. The main thing about multidimensional coaching, the way that I offer it to my clients, is teaching them how to live in this world, which is a false world. It is a world of illusion and delusion. And dare I say it, false evidence appearing real, because there's a lot of lies in the collective. We are dealing with the fact at the moment that people are being pushed and forced into an action, which is to basically take something into their bodies that is not safe. There's no proof that it is safe, and it doesn't even do the job that it is supposed to do. It doesn't even protect you or others. And yet, every which way that this can kind of be denied, it is, even though even the mainstream channels are now reporting the fact that it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. It doesn't do what it says on the box, or what we were told it would do for us. So the question is, why is it happening? And sometimes the truth is just too hard for people to face, because it means we've given our power away to external authority time and time again. We've divorced ourselves of our inner authority, our intuition, and basically given our power away to others on the basis that we don't want to take responsibility for our choices and for our actions. And here's the thing, as we evolve in consciousness, we recognize that we are all here to have experiences. Recently, I came across a really lovely guy called Bob. I can't remember his last name now, sorry, but it's the CoCreation Collective Global, I think it is. I'll put a link for this. And he said in one of his videos that we are here to experience things, and what we experience is the result of our choices. And if we don't like the experience we're having, then we need to basically change our choices. Now, that is true to a degree, but there is also all the choices of our ancestors that are affecting us in our subconscious programming, and we will affect the future generations with the choices we make today. This is why there is no time to delay, my friends. It is time for us to own every bit of us so we can turn poison into divine nectar, so we can evolve beyond how fear literally erodes our immune system. It erodes our mental health. It erodes our capacity to have meaningful relationships with each other. First, you have to have a meaningful relationship with yourself. And reparenting yourself means giving yourself the kind of love, acceptance, approval, and boundaries, and accountability, and transparency, and compassion, and forgiveness, and integrity that you were not perhaps given as a child. We're not going to blame anyone anymore. We can own our shame, we can own our guilt, and we can move through it. So the tools are here. Multidimensional yoga, Monday nights, 7:30 p.m. GMT. That is 5 hours behind in terms of EST, and I believe 8 hours behind in terms of PST, and you also 11 hours in front if you are in Australia. So you can mark your diaries, you can catch the replay. Multidimensional yoga is more than a physical class. It is a mind, body, spirit healing, okay? It is a heart-opening opportunity for you to bring more and more of your soul light into your being and connect into the crystalline grid and be a force for good in this world. That is your choice. If you don't think you're powerful enough because you're small, just imagine how powerful a little mosquito is in your bedroom at night, and decide that you can be one of those little mosquitoes if you want to be. Secondly, new moon in Scorpio. Ooh, sting in the tail, the depths of the darkness. Can we go in to the dark, shine our light in the darkness? Can we go and claim the bits of us that got rejected, that got betrayed, that got abandoned as children? Can we actually say, I'm owning you? We're working at this point with this particular lifetime and our bloodlines. But come the winter solstice, so the 21st of December, summer solstice for the Southern Hemisphere, we are going to be working with the soul fragments that have been left in different dimensions. But I'm doing the groundwork now with people because it's this life first, then we go into other spaces. This then takes me to the full moon in Taurus. Once we work with the energy of the new moon in Scorpio and we own our inner dark goddess, we own our inner dark god, we decide to play with our shadow, to engage with our shadow rather than deny it. We decide to own that smell of dog poo on your shoe and go, you know what, I love you anyway, it's all good, right? This is when we stop resisting our own beingness. And as we have compassion and forgiveness for ourselves, then we're able to have this for others too. And there's going to be a lot of forgiveness required as the truth comes out in the world, because we've been living in a very sick world for a very long time. It's so hard for people to face. It's called cognitive dissonance, okay? And you can look that up. But essentially, those that we have trusted have betrayed our trust. They've done it for a very long time. But then we have betrayed our own inner authority by trusting those externally. This is part of our naivety, and you could say our innocence. But we are all innocent children of the divine, and we deserve to have everything that we want and need in abundance. We just have to learn to align with the divine within us and do the work necessary for us to receive the gifts we say we want. That's what takes us to the full moon in Taurus, because once we get to the full moon energy, we're clearing from our foundation all that destabilizes us. But first we need to know what's there. Then we can forgive it. Then we can heal it, okay? But first we need to bring it out to play. So over the next 2 weeks, we're going into the depths, into the darkness. We're shining our light there, and I'm inviting you to come with me. Monday night yoga. Full moon co-creation meditation, 12:30 on Wednesday, the 3rd of November, that's GMT, on the RozyGlow channel. You purchase the multidimensional yoga through the RozyGlow website store. There is a discount code for newbies. Just get in touch with us. We usually put it with the videos that we make. And you have the opportunity to join my community and benefit from the star salutation, prosperity activation, I can't remember what it's called now, divine legacy activation, I've changed the name recently, which supports you to clear blocks in your receptivity to an abundant flow of all good things in your life, including resources like money, time and health, right? And love. But first you have to admit that the way you're going about your business isn't working for you. Stop making excuses for that which you want to change. This is how you turn poison into divine nectar. You own, first of all, that you are not happy with something. And this is where we can really transform things. For those of you that know you want to do the subconscious shifting that is going to allow you to experience true and lasting change and to navigate through all of the dark moments, the uncharted territory, because we are all creating something new in this world today, then you are ready for the loved up, the fearless, loved up and free to be me program. This is my signature group coaching program. I've wanted to be able to make this available to those of you who are ready to embrace the journey of the 4th to 5th dimensional bridge. If you're new to that, check out my series of videos regarding what being a starseed is. There's loads on the YouTube channel and there's more coming through our email system over the next few weeks. The important thing is that we all deserve more than just feeling like someone living Groundhog Day again and again, looking for something else to stress about, something else to be fearful about, and something else that is going to bring us down. We get to change our inner world and the outer world around us changes, but it has to start with you being willing to own all that doesn't work for you and to be a different version of you. So if you're liking the sound of that, remember that in theory it sounds great, and then when you do go through the process of shifting your mindset, your way of showing up in the world, it's embracing the discomfort and the unfamiliar, and we all need tools to do that. And that's why I specialize in helping people to learn how to live with 5D consciousness in a 3rd and 4th density reality. So although the world around you isn't quite mirroring up to what you want, you are a wayshower. We all need the power of our imagination to stay super active. It is no surprise to me that the UK government has been looking to cut funding for the creative arts at university level. But here's the thing. We know one thing, the power of the imagination is the most powerful tool in the world, because the brain cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. And so when we imagine something new into being, we actually co-create it into being by energizing it. So no one can take that away from you. It doesn't matter how much fluoride is in the water. It doesn't matter how many poisons get put in your body. It doesn't matter what is denied from you as higher education. You get to activate your imagination. And this is how we believe before we see. We hold that vibration. This is the invitation if you want to activate that 5D consciousness in you and learn to come from love rather than fear. Learn to accentuate oxytocin in your life rather than adrenaline. Oxytocin is the love hormone, by the way. This is our free will, our choice. I'm inviting you in. Make the most of yesterday's replay, purchase it. We've got proceeds going to 2 wonderful charities that are doing some phenomenal even, grassroots work. And also join me for yoga tonight. Join us for the rest of the month. And I look forward to also seeing you as part of my online community by subscribing to YouTube, by joining my mailing list on RozyGlow.com, sign up to Instagram and Facebook and everything. Let's all enjoy connecting to grace, which is the power of revelation, shining our light in the dark, owning those bits of us that are difficult to own. Ratty Rosie, I'm owning her. It's all good. Share the love, my friends. I look forward to seeing you. See you Wednesday, 12:30 if I don't see you tonight. And please do let your friends know. Take care for now.